I'm Jillian Wallace reporting from the NCTV. I'm Jillian Wallace reporting at NC's new MAC. Behind me, you can see the boys varsity having a talk with their coach. We will. It's like jump rope.
It's like a jump rope.
I'm Jillian Wallace reporting from the. I'm Jillian Wallace reporting from NC's new MAC, where the boys basketball is Leave it. I'm Jillian Wallace reporting from the new NC MAC. Right behind me I have the boys varsity basketball, and we are going to. I'm here at NC's. I'm Jillian. Can I say after this? I don't know what to say. Stop it. Let me just ball basket. Yeah, ball basket. Right behind me you can see the boys varsity team getting ready to shoot some ball baskets. Let's take a look. Okay. Hi, I'm Jill. Hi. Hello. Yes, hi. Because you can talk to me, right?
Right.
I'm Jilly Wallace reporting from the NCHS MAC, where you will see the boys basketball team. Okay. I'm Jillian Wallace reporting from NC's newly remodeled MAC. Behind me you can see the boys varsity basketball team practicing. We're going to ask them why sports are important, and we're going to see why ourselves. Let's take a look. Broadcast, we have a special guest from Argentina. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to NCTV. I'm your anchor Jillian Wallace, and today is Friday, January 11th. We have a very special show lined up for you this week, and I am super duper excited. As you know, last night our weather boy Zach hosted an hour-and-a-half long show without a script. A big congratulations to him for stepping up and doing so marvelous. I might just have to worry about my job now, but it's all right. Honestly, Zach, you did a great job, and I'm proud of you. Since it is officially 2019, many people are planning on hitting the gyms and checking things off their New Year's resolution list, but many don't do it. Why is that? Well, you're about to find out.
Hello, I'm Sean Smith, and this week at NCTV we decided to find out why, out of all the people that make a resolution, why only 8% of them keep it. Let's talk to Mr. Swinson and see what he has to say.
More common New Year's resolutions, I would say they're probably involved with health. And psychology is cool because it has a lot of research that talks about motivation and health psychology. And so usually it's about losing weight or quitting bad habits, or I really like the resolutions of just being a better you, which I think people should do more often.
My New Year's resolution is to get better at golf and improve for my coach and the NC golf team, so I'm able to do better at state this year.
In health psychology, there is this theory called the false hope theory. And what happens is people set really overly optimistic goals, like I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And people don't realize, A, it's really hard to do, and B, it's really unhealthy and probably impossible for that body type. And so they encounter difficulties, and instead of setting like a new, more realistic goal, like 5 pounds or 6 pounds, they just give up all entirely. And so I don't think people really fully understand all the steps that are involved in following through on a goal.
You know, I think they're just not willing to grind and do what they actually want to do, and they're not willing to work for it.
Wow, that sure was some good information. Now I know instead of losing 20 pounds, I should shoot for something more realistic like 10. 5? Anyway, this is Sean Smith with NCTV, signing off.
My New Year's resolution is to strive to be more kind and a more patient human being. Be sure to let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. I'd love to support your dreams and goals, so shoot for the moon. This next piece has been something that's been making national headlines for nearly 3 weeks now. It's making history, and unfortunately many government workers will not be receiving their paycheck today.
Well, basically, it's where some government offices no longer do their jobs. Those that are considered essential still continue to do their job. But like parks and recreation, those things are no longer funded by the government. And so those people that are performing those tasks are no longer getting paid either.
Historically, from what you know, do you think that these government shutdowns that have happened, with plenty of presidents, do you think it hinders or helps the nation at whole in general?
I think it hinders it. I really do. Because most of the topics or most of the shutdowns happen with very controversial topics. Like, for instance, in the Clinton administration, it was the health care. And that's, even to this day, is a controversial topic. Because he promised it in his campaign. I mean, a majority of people, I wouldn't say a majority, but a large group of his voters voted for him for the wall, on the basis of the wall. If you look at videos of his campaign throughout the whole time, he always talked about building this wall. And so, and that's the dangerous part when you're running for office, is you got to be careful of the promises that you're telling your voters, because if you can't keep to those promises, people can't trust you, and they'll just call you a dirty, corrupt politician.
So the president has also threatened to declare a state of emergency, right? Why do you think he would go so far to do something like that?
Well, as I said, I think he's made up his mind this is the solution and it's going to happen, and he has the power to make it happen. I find it a little odd to first create the emergency and then declare the emergency after you've created it.
Right.
I think that's a little disingenuous.
To say the least.
I would imagine that would open up another whole can of worms, because people will challenge it legally. So then this whole mess is going to end up in the courts, and we still will have a government shutdown. I think I read one of the columnists in one of the publications said it's a 5th century solution for a 21st century problem. You can't block the flow of water.
Right.
You can't block the flow of migrating animals and birds. You can't, the concept of wall doesn't make sense. So I think a wall should be, if we want to discuss it as part of an immigration solution, that's fine. But it is not the end-all and be-all of immigration policy. You don't solve a problem by just shutting everything down.
I hope the government opens up very soon. My thoughts and prayers are with the families and employees going without pay for so long. Hopefully resolution will come soon. My personal favorite piece is coming at you from Mr. Zach. Give us the weather.
Yes. Great cue. Good morning. My name is Zach Onago. As always, I'm bringing you the weather from outside our beautiful school. And you know what? I've had a change of heart recently. I used to really hate the snow. This thing, it used to be my worst enemy next to daylight savings time. And you know what? I've had a real change of heart. If you just look around you, all right? Look at this beautiful white. Just look at it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's a wintry, snow-filled road we're on, riding in our sleigh. Later on we'll stop and skate a while, just slipping and sliding will make us smile.
So beautiful, so beautiful.
Riding in our sleigh, it's a holiday sleigh ride.
Oh my God.
A jingling sleigh ride, a cozy cuddling sleigh ride, through the ice.
Yeah! Back to you, Jill!
Thank you, Zach, for that update. It's nice to see you wearing your formal clothes this week. Our school is known for having great academics, clubs, and opportunities, but what's just as great is our sports. These athletes in this next bit work extremely hard every day, not only to better themselves, but their team. I present you the boys varsity basketball team of NCHS. I'm Jillian Wallace reporting from NC's newly remodeled MAC. Behind me you can see the boys varsity basketball team practicing. We're going to ask them why sports are important, and we're going to see why ourselves.
Sports are important because it keeps athletes involved in school and just like having good grades to play and all that.
Well, I think it's good for kids to be engaged in stuff when they go to school because it gives them something motivational and a purpose and a connection to other people. And I think the character pieces that we can teach, the life skills and the commitment and connection to other teammates really provides life lessons that carry on throughout.
So that you can have some fun here and there and that you don't just get bored at home all the time and you can interact with people too.
Teaches you teamwork and how to play with a team, a lot of life skills in it.
Just being around the people I know, just having fun and playing ball.
Well, I've just started since I was really little and just loved it the minute I touched the ball.
After observing this practice, we've come to the realization that these athletes work really hard and are really good at playing, and I'm just definitely not. This is Jillian Wallace from NCTV, signing off. After interviewing and attending this practice, I can confidently say I have a new respect for our sports teams here at NCHS. Our Mustang Minute this week is from the one and only Mr. Dow.
Hello, my name is Lucas Dow. It's my privilege to be the 9th grade principal here at Natrona County High School. I work with Shannon Harris, Jim Catlin, Brian Honkin, and Christopher Dreesing. On behalf of teachers and staff, I'd like to welcome you to the new Natrona County High School. As you can see, our construction is finally complete, and there's a couple things that I'd like to share with you about our school. First of all, we offer one of 2 IB programs in the state of Wyoming. If your student is interested in advanced level courses, this may be something you want to look into. Also, we are a 1-to-1 school, meaning each student that attends Natrona gets their own iPad for the duration of their attendance here. I'd like to tell you about our 9th grade house. 9th graders here are treated a little bit differently in that all their core classes are on one floor. That helps us to keep better track of them, and we also have a separate 9th grade lunch for those students. In addition to the 9th grade house, we have a closed campus for 9th graders. So that helps us to make sure that they are in class and hopefully have a successful year. If you have any questions about our school or about the 9th grade program, please call me at 253-1700 or else stop by the main office. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dow. This final presentation hits a little close to home. It deals with loss and how to make something beautiful out of tragedy. I won't keep rambling on. I'll let Mike and Canyon tell it.
This week, we bring you to Art 321 for their retrospective of Joe McGowan. Let's take a look.
Joe McGowan, a retrospective, examines the work of a lander artist and University of Wyoming student who died tragically in an unprovoked act of violence on November 1st, 2014. Joe was just 21 when he died, but he had spent much of his life creating art. The pieces seen in this show are just a portion of his work, but represent the last 6 years of his life, his most prolific time. The show will be up at Art 321 through January 30th.
Wow, that really was some amazing artwork, and a tragic story. This is Mike Burke with NCTV, signing off.
However, amidst that the sad way that young man passed, this aftermath and the way they chose to honor him is truly beautiful. Our quote of the week is, "Out of adversity comes opportunity," by Benjamin Franklin. I encourage you to take adversity head on and challenge it, as it is most important in your life, and remember there isn't anything you can't get through. Back in the control room, we have a special guest from Argentina. Francisco, welcome to America, and thank you for hanging out. All right, let's get your mic on. Just pop it there. There you go.
Awesome. Hi, Jill.
Hi. Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming.
Of course.
So I just have a few questions for you. Why don't you tell us what it was like coming to America?
Well, you can imagine. It's not about like the experience of going to a new country and trying to experience new family,
Right.
having new friends. A different school system, and the way people do things is different. So I like the experience of being abroad for a year, and I think it was very challenging. But I also have to say that since the first second that I was here, I met amazing people who supported me all the time,
Yeah.
you know, and that was very useful, the community here in Casper.
Awesome. Great. So what is your favorite thing about America so far?
Something that I really like about the United States is that it's like a mixture of people, you know, and cultures, you know, and I love that. In Argentina, it's not that way. Most of the people are from Italy or Europe, you know.
Right.
But it's not like here that society is kind of changing all the time, you know.
Right.
And I love that how you can find in your communities different things from a lot of different cultures. You know?
Awesome. Okay. And what is your favorite food for like American food that you've tried so far?
Well, you'll probably have fun at this, but something that I really love about from here are like cookies, you know.
Okay.
I mean, we have cookies in Argentina,
Right.
but they're not the way
They're
cookies
not the same.
here, you know? Oh my God, I love cookies.
Cookies. Okay. All right. Well, you heard it from Fran himself. Thank you so much, Fran, for
Thanks for
hanging
the
out.
invitation.
So before we go, I would just like to give a big special shout out and an early happy birthday to our producer, Gabe DeGrave. He's always helping us out, as you guys know, and he's such a great help, and we love him so much here, and we are so excited that you are turning the old 17. You are so young still. I'm sending all of you student viewers love webs, and the best of luck for finals this next week. You're gonna rock it, and well, folks, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to be kind and make smart choices. I'm Jillian Wallace, and this is NCTV signing off.
She knew.